So first of all, the major theme for this month is how we relate to others, okay? And whether or not we can emotionally appeal to other people so that we're all on board with the same thing. We're all on board with the same ideas. We're all on board with the same project, okay? So this is traditionally what I think about, like, this is a card about job interviews, okay? When it shows up in the reverse, it's usually like going on a job interview where people are talking about you. And then when it's in the upright position, acing a job interview, doing something really, really well so that other people want you on their team, they want you on board. Okay. And I feel one of the main thing is that I feel that a lot of you have been waiting on this for quite some time. Okay. So for the past 2 months even. And you're just like, when is this going to come in for me? Okay. And I honestly feel because you are an Aquarius, you have a habit of doing this where you really want something, and then the moment that it starts to emerge that is actually going to happen for you, you start to get cold feet, and you're just like, do I really want that? Because it feels so final, you know, like if you want something and you see it emerging on the horizon, if you really want that job and you see it emerging on the horizon finally, despite all the time that you've been waiting on it, but you get cold feet and you get scared and you tell yourself, like, do I really want that? Is that in my best interest right now? Is that going to require too much of a change in my life in order to get that thing? So I feel like for a lot of you, this might be like a project. This might be like a major advancement that you've been wanting for some time. And now that it's coming into the picture, you're getting really, really cold feet. I feel a lot of fear in this spread. Okay. A lot of fear. Fear of change. Fear of change, fear of venturing outside of your comfort zone, fear of having to bounce around, fear of not being able to make it, and fearing that other people are not going to see you as a competent, as a smart, as an intelligent, as a capable person. So there's a lot of fear in this spread. And, you know, everyone has their fears, but I feel like your fears start in the head, right? And, you know, you cycle through your fears. You think about it over and over and over again. When you go to sleep, you think about it. The first thing in the morning that you wake up, that's the first thing you think about. And so your fears start to spin out of control. So one of the things that we need to, you know, really think about is don't cross that bridge until you get there. Okay. If there's a problem that you're anticipating on the horizon, like in October or in November, don't cross that bridge until you get there. Don't exert all your energy feeding into this fear. That's like, you know, months down the line. It might not, or it might or might not materialize, but I feel like you're feeding into something that is not real at this present moment in time. So staying grounded, enjoying, you know, whatever you have here in the present moment is going to be very important for you, and cross that bridge when you get there down the line. Okay. So that's just my overall advice for you. So here's what I'm sensing as well. A lot of you are in a financially stuck type of a relationship, okay? And I feel like financially, if you are coupled up with another person, I feel that the other person might be draining your resources, okay? I feel like this is a person that is not capable of taking care of themselves. For whatever reason, they're not making the most out of the opportunities that are presented in their lives, okay? So they might have some type of fear about venturing out into the work environment. They might have fears about for whatever reason. There's a lot of insecurities here, okay, associated with the person that you're in a relationship with. For whatever reason, they feel like, you know, they haven't gotten the proper education. They feel like they haven't gotten the proper credential. And so they fear failure when they go out to look for work, when they go out to look for jobs, or when they go out to, you know, promote themselves. So as a result, they don't really do anything. So they're very stagnant in their own life. If you are like married or living with, or for whatever reason with this person, I feel that you are shouldering the financial and the emotional burden in this relationship. And this is a situation where the both of you are stagnating because energetically you're blocking each other. Okay, if one person wants to like better their lives and look for opportunities and expand, and the other person is all about retrenchment, okay, not making proper changes, not wanting to do anything different, and they're fearful overall of how other people judge them when they have to go on the job interview process. Nobody likes that, okay, but nobody likes to be judged. Nobody likes to have to prove themselves in the public sphere. But I feel that there's a lot of fear associated with this. So energetically, you are blocking each other. You're no longer growing in this relationship. And I feel like the other person might have wanted to leave for quite some time, but because of financial entanglements, because of financial security, they're staying in the relationship. So I feel that you need to really, try to resolve this situation between you and your partner, because it seems like it's very problematic. It seems like you both are growing apart. You're not growing to your potential. They're not growing to their potential as a result of this safety net, this crutch of a relationship. Okay. So there are some things here that we can no longer turn a blind eye towards. Okay. So we really need to address these things and not let them exacerbate further down the line. Okay. So taking initiative, taking charge is something that you're going to have to do, as it relates to your household. Okay. So you might be living with a partner. You might be married to a partner. Taking charge is something that you need to do in order to get yourself to a happier place. Okay. So that's just for some of those, Aquarius that are dealing with this, okay? A relationship that feels like very stagnant, that is financially hurting you as well, okay? On the other hand, what I feel here is this. So I mentioned earlier that, a lot of the times you're a straight shooter, right? And I feel like other people might have a difficult time connecting to you emotionally, okay? And everybody has an emotional side to them, and you're not an exception, Aquarius. It's just sometimes it takes a very, very, someone who's like very patient, someone who is, that you really trust with your heart, like wholeheartedly, in order for you to open up to them. Okay. So I feel like this is the month in which you are going to have like a very, very candid, soulful, very honest discussion with another person about, where things are headed between the two of you, whether or not, I feel like the idea here is about, what I feel for you versus, where my life is going. So these two are going to be coupled up in a discussion that you have with another person. And you might, for all, intent and purposes, have like the best feelings in the world with this person. You might really, really care about this person. Like on a human level, you really care about this person. You might have been through a lot with the other person. Okay, you might have been through a lot. But for whatever reason, what you want in the relationship is conflicting with your public image. Okay, so it might be like what you want to happen for yourself. Family, children, kids, etc., marriage, even, and what you need to do in order to move your career ahead. These two things are kind of like not aligning right now in your life. And it's not aligning in a way where you can see yourself with this person long term, or you can see yourself. So I feel like you're going to have a major, major discussion here with another person about these things. And I feel honestly that there's a lot of love here, but I feel like, career, public image, finances are really getting in the way of the relationship. Okay. So I'm sensing that there's going to be, some of you might end a relationship. Others of you might revisit this relationship at a later time when you're ready. So either way, I feel like it might lead to a separation and maybe even reconnecting at a later time when your finances, when your career is on track. Okay. So I feel like some difficult decisions need to be made. And I feel like you have been procrastinating on this decision for quite some time, because I feel like it's hard for you, like a lot of the times, Aquarius, when you get emotionally attached to somebody, it's not an easy feat, okay? And it doesn't happen very often. So once you find somebody that really emotionally just allows you to open up, it's hard for you to let go of that emotional attachment. And so I feel like it is a strong emotional attachment, but you have bigger things that you need to worry about. You have like your career, you have your financial situation, you have like these bigger things that you need to do for individual character development. You have these, lofty goals that you want for yourself 5 years, 10 years down the line. And you feel like this relationship might get in the way, or it's not in alignment where you can see your career and your relationship headed in the right direction, in the same direction. So it's a little bit of a challenge here that I'm sensing for some of you. For those of you, especially who have been, if you are not at all concerned about your financial situation, and if you are especially in the self-employed field, okay, so this can be whatever work that you're doing where you don't really answer to another person, you're answering to yourself, or you're answering to, clients' demand, etc. There might be a little bit of a slowdown this month when it comes to self-employment, okay? So just a little bit of a slowdown, a little bit of financial worries, a little bit of financial dip. Be very careful about overindulging and overspending, okay? So that's coming through. And I also feel as well, relocation travel is really going to eat into your expenses, or I'm sorry, it's going to make up the bulk of your expenditures. And so be very careful to, not dip into your savings, save up for a rainy day, and try to stay put. For a lot of you, try to stay put, because I feel like there might be a lot of frustration here as it deals with travel. And there might be additional money that is dished out as a result of having to travel. Okay. So I do feel that, overall, we have a little bit of a mixed bag. Okay. But I do sense, there will be a lot of people that will be in the picture to help you. I just feel overall you need to stay put, and you need to start, strategizing. So think about it like this. It's you're an air sign. It's a spread for Aquarius. There is not a single sword in the picture. Okay, so I feel like you're making very emotional decisions this month, and you need to start strategizing in order to make these decisions. Okay, so it's really important for you to, not make decisions on the spur of the moment, and not make these especially impulsive decisions to travel, to branch out, to do something very drastic with your career without really sitting down, mulling it over. So I feel a lot of a big impulsive energy. But I feel overall, the relationship sector, it looks to me to be like you're getting a lot of support. You're getting, you're getting support and even communication